Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today we are ranking all of the palettes that I used in the month of January. Now honestly, there are only 7 of them. I really didn't use that many. I think that's the lowest amount I've used in months. Usually it's more like 15, 16, 17 I feel like, or at least a dozen on the low end, right? So we're gonna get into why there are less and how I rank them. So if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, hang around, and I upload twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe. I'd love to have you again back on the channel. I'm going to be doing a video with Wesley and a giveaway for hitting 500 subscribers soon. I don't know if you can hear, but I am still a little bit sick and nasally and just like was out of commission, haven't had time quite to put together the giveaway, so I'm working on it and it will be coming soon. Alright, let's get into these palettes. So I think the reason there were not as many is just a couple reasons. Number one, I've really been trying to like hone in on my collection, use what I have, not bring in a lot of new palettes. Number two, I've been really trying to use this one up, which is the lowest ranked. It's not good quality. We'll talk about it now. Ulta Beauty freebie little palette. They used to do this more often where if you would buy like $20 worth of Ulta brand products, they would give you a little baggie of stuff free. This is a little fall palette. You can barely even see what the colors are left. You can't get this anymore. I've had this at least 2 years because I know in 2020 I did some sort of list where it was like 20 items you want to pan or use up in 2020. And that didn't happen because I barely wore makeup that year, like probably many of you when we went into lockdown. But I'm getting close, like I'm almost out of several of these shades, and I've been using this on a daily basis for work, just trying to use it up because I am pretty close to actually using up this 6 pan. It's very dusty, it doesn't have much pigment. I wouldn't recommend it even if you could get it, so this is ranked lowest, but that's part of why I haven't used that many, because that's been mostly my daily one, and the other palettes are palettes I've used for like videos or just for fun on the weekend, or you know, we had like one snow day this winter so far, so that's part of it. The other part, like I said, like I just got sick and busyness. I have a conference later this week. I just haven't like pulled a lot of stuff for different, like I haven't shot my stash a lot. It's just been like what's out and available right now. You know, I don't want to dig or get stuff out too much, either out of busyness, laziness, what have you. So when you just reach for what's right there, you reach for the same thing over and over. So I think that's why there's less this month. I want to try to pull more next month for sure. So number 6 is actually the Nomad Whistler Snow Lodge. I'm starting to wonder, guys, which this is kind of sad because I made a big order from them for Black Friday, but I'm like, do I just not love their formula as much anymore? Because like Haunted Europe, I love that palette, but I didn't love the America's Parks palette. I've tried the, oh, what's the one that is like fall colored, Hudson Valley, whatever. That one was better than America's Parks. This one was okay too, but I don't know, none of them have just been like home runs for me the way that the Haunted in Europe one was, or like the Tokyo Harajuku palette. That was the first palette I ever bought from them. So I'm like, am I becoming disenchanted with this brand? Like, do I want to purchase any more from them? Because their stuff's been fine. I just don't feel like I love it as much as I used to from the brand. I do still have a couple, 3 more palettes from them that I bought last Black Friday sale that I haven't tried yet, so I'm hoping to like them better. I don't hate it, it's not bad. I just feel kind of like meh about it, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, but that's not really how I want to feel about my makeup, so that's why this one's ranked number 6. Number 5, I'm ranking the Melt Cosmetics Rust palette. I got this in my latest mystery box from Melt. I'll leave the unboxing video here if you're interested in seeing it. And I was super excited to get this because I don't have this palette and I've played around with it a few times to do some neutral looks, and I feel like it's your stereotypical Melt palette, right? Like the mattes are super pigmented, albeit very, I'm guessing soft pressed because there's a lot of fallout. I got some fallout even on my face, even with tapping the brush, which was really annoying. And just meh shimmers. The shimmers are better if you use like a glitter glue, glitter primer type deal, but without glitter primer, it's just like the most lackluster shimmer ever in my opinion. So it's okay. Like the mattes are good and pigmented. You just have to know how you're working to like get not fallout with these, I feel like, and it's okay. It's not my favorite neutral palette in my collection. Like, I would much rather reach for my Lunar Beauty Nude Prism or even my Il Makiage Disco, whatever the Kathleen Lights collab was. So this one's fine. Like, again, I'm not mad to have it. I'll still use it from time to time, but just formula wise, a little too much fallout in the mattes, a little not enough impact with the shimmers. Those other two palettes I mentioned, the shimmers are a million times more impactful and gorgeous in my opinion than these. So that's why it's ranked number 5. Again, it's not bad, it's just like not impressing me. And number 4 is from the Unearthly Cosmetics Valentine's Day mystery box. So if you order that mystery box and you haven't seen videos or haven't seen what's inside it yet, skip ahead about maybe like 30 seconds so I don't spoil this for you, because I am going to show the eyeshadow palette from that mystery box and I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it and you don't want to have it spoiled, okay? So starting now, skip ahead. Okay, fair warning, here is the eyeshadow palette. It's called the Surrender Eyeshadow Impressed Pigment Palette. And this one I've played with more than just the video. I'll leave that video linked too if you want to see the look that I created using this in there. Some of these shades that look kind of shifty, like captivating and seductive, I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. Made kind of a nice neutral look with it. Not mad at the look, but these look shiftier in the pan than I feel like they do on the eyelid. Now I used these dry, I didn't spray them or use any sort of glitter primer, so maybe it'd be a little bit different. There was definitely more of a shift when I used Intoxicating and Alluring in my first look, but I was just hoping for a little more shifty, magical something than I got with this one. Again, not bad. I do like it's interesting to me to put like, I don't know, just like this red, I know it's Valentine's, but like the pink and the maroon and the like more gold burgundy. See, this gives me like green to gold in the pan and I get none of that on the lid in my opinion. I haven't used the red or the lavender yet. I want to do a look with those. So I'm intrigued by some of the pairings of the colors in here, but it's just not, it's not like the most groundbreaking thing, but it's interesting enough. And I like the packaging enough, and it's Unearthly Cosmetics, you know, to rank it a little higher, but I just like the other things that I use this month a smidge more than this one to rank them higher. In third place, from Sydney Grace. So this is a collection of singles, but I'm calling it a palette because it's sold to be like a palette, okay? So this is the collection that is, I believe it was called In Mel's Memory, but it's basically Mel Thompson's version using Sydney Grace singles of the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I believe you can still get these. I used these recently in my Shop My Stash for makeup I bought but never used video. I'll leave that linked too. And these were honestly very, very lovely, very nice looking. So I count it as a palette because it is designed to be like a dupe for that palette, you know? So here's all the singles. I think you can still get them. I got them in this nice magnetic case. And I really enjoyed the quality. I knew I liked the quality before from the Tiny Marbles collab that Mel Thompson did with them. These felt a little bit different than the formula in that one, but still really nice. And I don't know, I haven't played with these every single shade. The ones I did though were so nice. The mattes especially. The shimmers are very smooth. They're not like glitzy, glimmery, super sparkly like some of the shimmers you might see in indie brands nowadays, but they are very smooth. So if you have like textured or wrinkly eyelids, you might really like this shimmer formula, but I just think they're beautiful. And I did more of a neutral look, but I would like to do something more berry and something more green with these. So don't be surprised if you see this in next month's ranking too, because I do want to play with it more. Second place from ColourPop. I actually haven't filmed with this at all. I just was playing with it off camera because I got this in an order from ColourPop sometime around Black Friday. This is their Troublemaker palette, and it's mostly a cool toned palette. I haven't liked a cool tone palette this much since another ColourPop release, the Mandalorian palette. Love that one. This one's more like gray berry. I feel like that one was a little more like coppery, but they're all cool tones. And this shade is really cool here, this like duochrome. It's one of those it's kind of like got bluey berry gray. I don't know how to describe it. Really cool. This black has like pink shimmers in it that disappear when you use the black, but it looks kind of cool on the pan. This Super Shock shade is really nice, really creamy, very impactful. Haven't used all the shades, like haven't used the gunmetal or the bright silver, but I've used some of these like berries and pinks and things just for work, for like a lighter cool toned look. I've used this palette several times now and I really like it, and I am happy that I got this one. Try to be really selective with ColourPop which palettes I get, because they put out so much and I'm like, you can't and you shouldn't try to keep up with them. But this is one that like time had passed after it came out and I still was thinking about it, so I'm really glad I got this one. And it's just the shimmers too, like were really, really nice even without glitter glue, so I did like that one a lot. And then in number one, I think this has been number one some other months too, I used this month again the Gourmand Girls Spooked palette. Still love this one so much. I don't think I did something Halloween-y. I think I even did something kind of neutral this time with this one, but I still really love it. The brand kind of teased a little bit that there might be like in the spring a part 2 to this collab, another palette, like spring spooky, so I'm really looking forward to see what that's gonna be. Probably will purchase that. Trying to keep my purchases to only like 1 or 2 makeup purchases every month this year. I know I haven't done my official like makeup inventory video yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking in my mind, which again I think is partially why I have less palettes, because I've just really been trying to like hone in and pare down like what do I like, what do I want, what am I gonna keep, what do I want to keep purchasing, what am I like, I'm kind of over this. And just because, you know, Baddie Bean talks a lot about like palettes especially, and like how you can just admire them from afar, and there's been some like that lately for me that I'm like, that's really cute and I would love that, but you know, oh maybe it's $88 and I'm just not willing to spend that, and so I'll just think it's cute from over here, I don't have to have it. Been trying more to have that mentality, but anyway, that's neither here nor here. This is the number one palette for January. I know this is like maybe not a January color story, but like I said, I've been making neutral looks with this because you can make neutral looks. They've got a cool tone brown and a white. This looks very like pinky maybe, but it's a little like goldy, so that can be neutral. This is like goldy green, that can be neutral. Another brown that's kind of neutral. Another more like true gold or like champagne gold instead of a green gold. And then I think even like the black or this like crimson berry you can use to deepen up more neutral looks. So I think there's enough shades here that you can do multiple kinds of neutral looks if you leave out the purple, green, red, those kinds of shades. But yeah, still like this one. It's still number one for January, and that's where I'm gonna leave it with you guys. Let me know, what was your favorite palette this month? The only 2 purchases I made in January were the Unearthly Cosmetics mystery box, and what else did I buy? Let me look real quick. Oh yes, okay, so it's not here yet. That's why I didn't remember what the other thing was. The only other thing I bought this month was from Adept Cosmetics, the limited edition Arrow inspired palette. I didn't buy it the first round when it came out, but they put up like a pre-order and said like that's it, they're not doing it. I didn't do the mystery box because they said they're going to sell all the products later for full price, and I'm going to see what they are first to see if I do or don't want the stuff first. So those are the only 2 items I bought this month, so I feel like I did okay this month. I made 2 purchases, that was it for makeup. Anything else I got, like the foundation, was sent to me. I didn't pay anything for anything else. And yeah, as you guys either saw or will see, I can't remember if this is going first or the other one, but I've, you know, used up, have an empties video, used up a few things. So doing well so far to start off January. Hope this video inspired you either to look through some of your old palettes, to maybe just, you know, think about more what are you buying? What do you actually like? What's just a fad that you're buying for FOMO? And what are you like, no, I love Adept and I have to have that palette. It's limited edition like me for your purchases. So that is all, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.